There we go. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the penultimate race, or maybe the last one. We will see. For Tier 2 for this season on 2020, 2021 getting released next week, so I think we're all very excited about that. But welcome, nevertheless, it's off to Brazil we go. And we've got 14 drivers tonight, although the screen tells me 15, it's actually 14. And we'll talk a little bit through the championship. This is a full qualifying session. Hopefully the drivers will retire after they've put up a lap. And we'll start following our two closest rivals in the World Championship, which is basically Razor and Wezo. In simple math terms, if Wezo does finish ahead of Razor, they will have to take it through to Abu Dhabi. Yeah, it has to be a substantial points margin between Razor. If Razor finishes ahead, doesn't matter where he finishes, but if he finishes ahead of Wezo, then it is all game over. And if both DNF, it is game over basically. So I just want to get hold of all the drivers here. Just see at the moment the weather looks nice and clear, so it all looks good so far. So at the moment, Razor is leading by 28 points. So yeah, it's going to have to be a tight one. We'll do the math as we go along. Let's not get too much worried about that. I think both drivers just want to get on with things and get this race going. So Saki Biena, there we go. So Mario putting up the first lap on a 108.9. That's a very competitive lap. Remember, 109.2 from Snifflizer. Brad goes fastest on a 107.7. That's more like it. But let's have a look at our championship leaders. It looks like Razor had the fastest first sector. Saki goes to 108.9. Let's see where this is going to put Nicholas as he comes down at the start-finish straight. Very short lap here. That puts him in third, but probably just a nice warm-up lap. This track is very aggressive on tyres, so it's going to be interesting to see if the guys go for soft mediums, or one-stopper or a two-stopper. DRS wide open. So let's see, he's having another go at this. Probably just the first lap just to get his brake parking going. Yeah, he's already 3 tenths up. So let's see how he goes around the rest of the track in the Red Bull. His teammate not here tonight. And we'll talk a little bit about teams for next season during the race maybe. Saki has retired, so he's obviously had a spin out somewhere. And I'm not sure where that would be. Looks like... yeah, just after, probably just lost the back end as it comes through the S's. Just at the start of his lap, turn 1, 2, and 3. So we'll have a look at that. Razor, let's just see if he's, I'm not sure if he was up in sector 2, but let's have a look at sector 3. This should be a very competitive lap time. This is not full pole, this is purely just to get a lap time up and just get your braking points going. And that's a 107.7, so that's good enough to put him in third. Alfie currently on top on a 107.4, then Warlock 107.7, and then very close, Razor, Brad, they're all very close with only 3 tenths down, or just under 3 tenths. Ron down in 6th, Snifflizer. Guys is still yet to set up a lap as we jump onto Carl here. So let's see what Carl's getting up to. He's going to get DRS. That's the inside of the straight, nice and tight. Probably going to be a 109, 109.0, that's good enough for 6 at the moment. But once again, this is just to get through to the next session, to put a lap time up. Saki will obviously not make it through to the next session because he did have an incident. Shakes just goes fifth fastest. He's not going to go through to the next round. So there will only be 13 drivers left in Q2 with we'll probably lose 3 of them as we do the top 10 shootout. So the nearest competitor for Razor at the moment is Wezo. So Wezo is currently, like I said earlier, 28 points behind. So he needs to win tonight or at least get a substantial margin of points difference between him and Razor. And to take it through all the way to Abu Dhabi. So the points difference between a win and a second place fastest lap is about 6 points. So at the moment 29, 28. So he Razor should be comfortable. All he needs to do is just try to finish ahead of him or not lose too much points tonight, and then we'll take it through to Abu Dhabi. I think everyone really wants to get this over and done with. As I said earlier, the new game coming out in a week's time. Yesterday in a week for early access players, and then obviously I think it's Friday for the normal edition. So let's see where Sean is at Tronic. He's currently 12th with a 110, 111 flat. Ooh, only lose it, but I think that's retirement. We were on board with them. Yeah, that's it. That is the Mercedes done. Left wheel completely off, so he will not also go through. Shakes, I think, is retired just by putting up a lap, so I'm not sure about that. But we've lost 2 drivers. It's Electronic Sean and then Saki, that we both lost due to. But let's get on board here with Wezo. Wezo is obviously chasing Razor. He needs to finish in front of Razor. A win tonight, a DNF for Razor. Well, that's going to make things interesting in Abu Dhabi next week. But in essence, the only thing he can do is get on pole, get the race win. More than that, you really can't do. You can't control what the other driver is doing. So it's pretty simple for him. He needs to win. No purple sectors pitching up so far for Wezo, so a green sector 1 for him. We're not sure about engine mode, so how much fuel the guys are carrying. Normally this is probably just an easy lap for him because he just needs to put a lap up. You do not want to end up on a wall and then start all the way at the back of the grid. So let's see Wezo. I don't think this is going to be very competitive from him. I think this is just probably a banker lap for him. Razor did go second fastest there on 107.5, a couple of hundreds just behind Alfie. So let's see where this is going to put Wezo. It's probably going to be the 108.58. Yeah, that's good enough for 7th at the moment, so that's good enough for through. Ron is currently on track, but he's invalidated his lap, but he's 8th at the moment, so he will go through. Chernobyl will go through, Snifflars will go through. We've lost Low, we've lost Sakibena, we've lost Esotronic, ZA. I think Shakes, Brad, Warlock and Alfie is retired just by putting up a lap, so I think they're ready to go for qualifying 2. Razor should probably just pop into the pits now and just retire. Arnu is currently on track, his teammate absent, and a big shout out to Nick, who is in hospital. I'm pretty sure I can say that, Nick. Love and thoughts to you, my man. I will definitely give you some love tomorrow morning over the phone. But all the best, young man, and I hope for a speedy recovery. And yeah, Nick has joined. We'll talk a little bit about season 4 because I think the cat's out of the hat. But Nick has joined the Red Bull. Oh, big slide there for Arnu as he gets on the gas very quickly, so he's invalidated his lap. But yeah, Arnu, while I'm on him, Arnu and Nick has decided to join the Red Bull Racing team for next season in Division 2. They will be teaming up with myself and Razor. Razor's been promoted to Tier 1, so looking forward to get some good praise out of him. And that's the Red Bull team. So we'll talk a little bit, maybe in Q2, about what's planned for Season 4 and how we went about our things. Ron back into the pits. See, everyone, it's just Arno who's having a... So let's have a look at Arno. I mean, he's in Sector 1 at the moment. He probably just wants to get a little bit of a better time there. Just get his braking zone sorted out and see how far he can push. A little bit lazy on the throttle as he comes out of that left-hander. Yeah, here you want maximum grip, get the car into foot down to 6. And this is all about rotation of your car. Minimum speed up in these corners. Definitely not one of my favorite tracks around. But Arno doing a good job so far. So let's see if he's up or down in Sector 2. I've got a funny suspicion if he's down, he'll just probably duck into the pits. If he's up in Sector 2, we can expect him to complete this lap. So yeah, he's basically square with his time unless he made a big mistake here. Earlier, expect more or less the same time unless, like I said, he made a mistake somewhere. He's not getting into the pits, so let's see where this is going to put him. 6 with a 106.9. So very, very small improvement to to hundredths of a second faster than his previous time. So that looks at. I see someone popping out of the pits. I'm not sure who that was. It is Sniffleizer. So he's having another go. A 109.2 for him. And he's going to have another go at the Brazil circuit. Alright, you've just joined us. It's qualifying one. It is the Alfa Romeo of Sniffleizer. And he won our first race in season 3. He's very excited about that. Very excited to have Keegan in the comms box with me this evening. Oh, that's going to be the validate. Yeah, just pushing a little bit too hard. It's so easy to invalidate here if you don't have enough front end. But yeah, so he's going to start all over again. Tunable is thin, unkners and razors in. Yeah, so it's basically just Sniffleizer on track. Just maybe utilizing some of the time just to get to know the track and understand the car a little bit better. So Mario just confirming to me that he lost the car in turn 2. Just a little bit eager beaver on the throttle there. And cost him to invalidate. So, alright, Sniffleizer's going to have another go. He's got by far not enough ERS, but let's see if he can maybe just put a lap up here. I think he knows there's more. I think he knows there's more than a 109 in that Alpha. His teammate Carl at the moment on a 109.0, so 2 tenths ahead of his teammate. Much better left-hander there for me, not invalidated. We'll check the second 2 time coming up. Nice sound of the Alfa Romeo. Right, he's almost 2 tenths up, so this might put him ahead of his teammate, which it definitely will, Carl, if he carries on the momentum like this. So let's see if he can jump his teammate just for a bit of bragging rights. Carl 9th, and Sniffleizer goes nowhere. So he lost a lot of time in that last sector. Yeah. Right, and there, qualifying one done. So we will lose Asaki because he lost the car. Not sure if Lowe has lost the car, but we definitely know that Saki has not made it through. We also, I think the other one that didn't make it through was Sean. So there's definitely two retirements that we know of. So we'll see in the next session how many people did go through. So it will be Q2. We will lose whatever drivers is left. Only the top 10 will go through to the shootout. But at the moment, it is Razor with the upper hand over Wezer. And that's what it's all about tonight. Razor leading the World Championship by 28 points. If he finishes ahead of Wezer, it's basically game over. Razor currently in second and Wezer in seventh. And there is almost a second, more than a second covering the two. So not looking great for Wezer in Q1. Hopefully you can find some pace and rhythm in Q2 just to get it a bit closer. But anything can happen. It is a long race. Anyone can have a moment, retire, DNF, have an incident. And yeah, pretty sure it's going to be a dry race if I look at things right now. Well, definitely qualifying will be dry for the rest of the session. We're just waiting for the guys to retire so we can move on. Right then, and there's confirmation for you. We've lost Saki Biena due to his retirement. We've also lost Isitronic. But that's it. So 12 drivers will go through to the next session. We will lose two of those drivers in Q2. Only the top 10 will go out. But like I said earlier, it is all about Razor and about Wezer this evening. And pretty sure that these two guys are following each other and having a look at what each driver is doing. Stay tuned for Q2. Right, so interesting enough in Q2, the tyre that you put your fastest lap on, that is the compound of tyre that you would have to use on the start of the race. Obviously, three compounds this evening, hard, which is the more durable, but much slower tyre than the medium, which is the yellow band stripe tyre. It is slower than the soft, but a bit more durable than the soft, but less than the hard. And then the soft, which is a very good compound. Probably not the best race tires, so we see a lot of guys going out in the mediums. I suspect the guys in the mediums out will do a medium hard strategy, trying to get through with one stop, but we know that safety cars can mess up your strategy. It's normally quick thinking on what you want to do, but it is clear weather here, and we've just got over 13 minutes left in the session, so we'll put our eyes on Wezer. He's one of the first one out on the mediums. Didn't look too comfortable on the softs though. Although I think he knows there's some work to be done here tonight to take the championship all the way to Abu Dhabi next week. But a very uphill climb for him. If I look at qualifying, 1 times more than a second behind his championship rival in Razor. So he's currently out on track in the medium. So doing the same strategy, Razor and Wezer. So both of them on track at the moment. Razor on an outlap, Wezo is also on an outlap. Wezo's going to start his flying lap now on the mediums. So we'll keep an eye out on him. Warlock is... so everyone's out really on the mediums. Low's in the pits with softs on, Snifflaws on softs. Tunable and Karl Shakes seem to have lost it somewhere. I'm not sure. Right, so Warlock 179, he sets the early pace on those medium compound tyres. Very good respective time. Oh, sorry, 1091 and the Alfia 1079. Apologies. Very respectable time from Alfia there. Lower 110 on the softs. Warlock pops into third on the 1091. Low push down to fourth. Razor is probably the next man. So he's in sector 1 at the moment. So we'll see. Wezo should be around there as well. So we'll just see. This is a purple sector from Razor. No, it's not. Let's have a look at Wezo. He probably had a moment somewhere. Yeah, he definitely had a moment somewhere. So he's starting all over again. He's going to have another go at this. Brad popping in second with a 108.4 on the mediums. Tunable the 109 flat on the softs. Razor in sector 2. He's not going to get hampered by the Renault. Pretty sure he got past there. Very difficult to get out of the way. I think that was Wezo trying to get out of the way. But let's have a look at Razor's time. This should be a good time. I don't think he lost too much time. Maybe a little bit of distraction. Yeah, definitely a distraction for him. 109.7. Not sure if he wants to do another lap on those mediums. I don't think it's a tire that you want to do too many laps on in qualifying, because that's a tire that you will start the race on with. You only have one medium in this qualifying session, so it's not like real F1 where you have two sets of mediums available. Wezo, yeah, he's going to have to start all over again. He's currently 8th. Arno is on track. He's invalidated his lap, I think. Yeah, so he's going to start all over again. Snifflazer, he's back into the pit. Carl is on track. He's on an out lap. So let's see what Tunable does. He's invalidated his lap. Warlock is in the pit. Ron is out on track. Mercedes driver lost his teammate in Q1 due to a big moment. We were on board with him with that. So a bit of repair work, running repairs there for the Mercedes team. So Rada 109.4, very respectable time on the mediums. I think if you can shave off another 2 or 3 tenths, it would be magic for him, just to secure that he's going through, because we expect Razor to go faster than that. And he does a 107.966. But that is 2 laps on those tires, which you don't normally want. So that's an out lap, 2 flying laps, and an in lap. So that's almost 4 laps on those mediums. So it's not ideal for him. But I tell you what, someone who's less than ideal at the moment is Wezo. He's currently in 8th. He might just play the clever game. Yeah, don't go out again. He's currently in 8th. Shakes is retired. So Arno is relying on Arno's Snifflazer and Carl probably not to get a lap hooked up. And it seems like Arno is battling. Arno back into the pits on those mediums. 2 laps on those mediums. Ooh, it's going to hurt him in race trim. Snifflazer is in the pits. Carl is currently out. He's in 12. So let's have a look. So I think Wezo will just have a look at what the guys are doing. There is still 8.5 or 9 minutes left. So he can still go out and just put himself... You tend to think that he's got the pace to get himself through into Q3. But really don't want to put more mileage on those tires than what's needed. Let's see where this puts Kyle. Oh wow, that's going to complicate things for everyone. So Kyle goes 4th on 109.0. So that's complicating things at the moment. Wezo almost in a drop zone in 9th. So Arno yet to set the time. Snifflazer yet to set the time. And you get a sense that at 119, if it was probably a 109.1, I would have said yes. But that's going to be... so he's gone out on that same set of mediums again. So no advantage between him and Razor really. So in fact, he's actually lost a lap because he's now on his out lap. So he's going to have to do 2 out laps. So it's a lap more than what Razor did, just to get himself through. Arno is going out. Snifflazer is still in the pits. But looking pretty so far for Razor. So Razor obviously 1 up the scoreboard through Q1. Q2 it seems like it's going to be 2-0 for Razor. And is this going to be a 4-0 for him? A 3-0 in quali and a 4-0 in the race. We'll keep an eye out on that. Right, so Arne is about to start one of his hot laps. You expect him to push Weser up into 10th position. Then it's really only Stabilizer who can upset the apple cart here. That is, if Weser can't get a lap together. Weser is invalidated again, and this is not looking good for the Renault driver. This is big trouble for him. He's either going to have to go for a brand new pair of softs, because those mediums are going to be so worn in the race. He's going to have a lot of trouble. And he goes into the pits, so pressure mounting on the Renault driver as he struggles to put a lap together. Arno currently in sector 2, so he hasn't set the lap time yet, so that will be a personal best for him. Syphilizer. Keegan Isaacs also out on track. He's also decided to join us for next season. Nice helmet there by him. Fernando Alonso. Looks like that. Right, so Ruan is also on the chat tonight. Good evening, gents. How's it, Ruan? Nice to have you with us. He's saying all the best to Weser and Razor. Give us a good championship battle at the moment. Ruan, it does look like Razor's got the upper hand. A Sheikh saying he lost the car. Yaku, how's it? Yaku, I do not like very much. He pushed me into plenty of corners last night in the car auction for season 4, which probably paid a silly amount for a car that I should have paid. So Yaku, yeah, don't like you very much at the moment. But on we go. So Shakes has lost the car. So really, in essence, does Wezo really go out? I mean, he's gone out on the softs, and he probably wants to set a time up. He doesn't want to start on those worn mediums. So I'm not sure which is the worst to start on. I don't think the soft tires is going to be the tire to start on, unless a safety car comes to grips with them. But you want to be on the mediums and then go to the hards. Soft mediums, soft hards is going to be extremely long stretch for him. I'm not sure if he's going to have to make that strategy work. So a bit of catching up to do here for the Renault driver. But with 2 retirements, he does not have to put a lap up. He actually can go into the pits, unless he does not want to start on those worn set of mediums. So let's have a look. Is he going to go for a lap on the softs and try to start the race on a brand new set of softs? Yes, he is. So he doesn't have to do much. He doesn't have to scrub those tires a lot. He just needs to set basically anything faster than a 119. Yeah, so 10 seconds that is basically cut off. He can really take it easy. He doesn't have to take so much out of those tires. I suspect he's going to have a very difficult race unless there is a safety car available in the first couple of laps where he could put on brand new mediums. then go for the hearts and be on the same as the rest. But nevertheless, he goes third on a 108.1. I don't think that's really a push lap by him. But everyone will go through except for Shakes. He's lost the car, like we know. And I think Brad's also. But let's have a look. It's not confirmed to you. So Carl in the pits, Tunable in the pits. So a very good lap there by Tunable. I mean, or Turnable. He's put himself up into 7th position on those softs. It looks like one of the McLaren guys are going out, and that could be Low. Yeah, Low is through on a 110.1, but you get the feeling that he wants to just maybe go a bit quicker, but in doing that, he's just going to waste another brand new set of softs, which will limit him in Q3 with the amount of tires that he's got left. But let's have a look, nevertheless. Alright, so there you have it after Q2. 2-0 on the scoreline for Razor, looking nicely after his tyres in Q2. A bit of a mission for Wezo. He is in third, but he had to go onto the softs. Could not get a lap together on those mediums, and badly want mediums, so he's used the softs. So the only guys in the top 10 starting on the softs will be by himself and Turnable, and also Low. Low will go through, I think, due to retirement. We'll have a look at that. But not the best tire to start on for Wezo, on the back foot already, but you got that sense that he was on the back foot when it started in Q1. So apologies for that. So Low did not make it through. He's in 11th. So Brad did go through. So no retirement from Brad. Apologies, Brad. So some good showing by Alfie. So Alfie did in the way in Q2. So good pace showed by him. Arnu Razor going out immediately. I think he wants to have 2 laps here. Probably neglects there after his soft. One thing about Wezo is he's not going to have a lot of tires to play around with. And I'm pretty sure the tires that he's gone out now is definitely not new. So It does look like Nev. So maybe just one run for Wezo. A Razor should be good on tyres. He should have enough tyres to maybe have a 2 or a 3 run in the session. So we'll keep an eye out for that. 11 minutes left in Q3. Everyone out on track barring Sniffleizer and Turnable. So we'll... interesting thing is just that Wezo will start on the softs, Razor will start on the mediums, Alfie leading the way in Q2. So let's see if anyone can catch Alfie in Q3. A whole heap of trains, but I think it's Razor that's leading the way, and just behind them, I think it's Alfie. Ooh, and they're getting very close to each other. I think Alfie wants a bit of a tow here from Razor, almost putting a Mark Marquez on himself here. And Razor has two options: either back out of this, or be in trouble, because Alfie, the amount of slipstream that Alfie is getting behind this Red Bull, if he doesn't outbrake himself, this will be such a big moment for him. Although Razor's staying nicely here, he's going to get the toe of the Red Bull again, and this is probably the straight that makes a bit more difference. So Alfie sticking with Razor, and behind them, I can't really see, it looks like the Haas of Warlock. Let me just make sure. Yeah, so Warlock also sticking in the trainer car. So Razor punching this big hole in the air for the two cars behind him, and it might just be a bit of trouble on the first run for Razor. I think he went too early. Everyone getting DRS assistance, and Alfie is definitely going to use everything that he has. So is Warlock on this DRS area. So let's see who got the benefit of anything, if there was anything to be gained. Alfie having a bit of a moment, so you can see he lost some time to Razor. So I take it Razor will take provisional pole. Yeah, 1.79. Yeah, there we go. So the slipstream, in fact, hurting Alfie more than anything else, and Warlock not getting the toe that he was looking for. So good driving there by Razor. A 1.72. Warlock 1.76. Alfie 1.76. Carl 1.08. Wezo is out on track, so let's see what Wezo can put up. Oh, big trouble here for the Renault driver. A 1.90, and that's definitely not good enough for him. So battling with pace, probably battling with a little bit of setup, but not what he was looking for. Arne invalidated, Sniffleizer in the pit. Brad, he's out on track, and he is... Brad is on a flyer now, seems to be, so he's in Sector 1. It says Purple Sector 1, but don't trust Codemasters, that normally is the case. Mercedes of Ron getting nice out of the way. Ron pops himself up into 6th with a 1.86. So just a little bit behind Carl and Turnable. So let's see where this can pop Brad in. Purple Sector 2 for Brad, so expect this to be a really good lap by Brad. If that was 2 purple sectors, this will be a extremely magic lap from him. So let's see, a 1.74. So probably lost a lot of time in Sector 1, but Codemaster did say Purple Sector 2 and 3. So nevertheless, front row start, provisional front row for Brad on a 1.74. Alfie would have liked to be a little bit higher up, but I think the toe just probably hurts him more than anything else. Probably getting a bit of understeer from the car with all the dirty air. So Wezo on a 1.07, he eventually cracked the 1.08 on a 1.79. Let's see if he jumps into the pits. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have any new softs available to him. So that might just be one run for him. He might be have a very good look after a used set of softs and maybe have a go again, but definitely the upper hand here for Razor, because he does have a brand new set of softs available to him. Alfie decided not to do the towing again. He's out on the track. So is Warlock. Warlock just leaving the pits now. Right, and Wezo back into the pits again. So a very tough qualifying session here for Wezo. It could be a bit of nerves, knowing that he's 28 points behind in the championship. It could be maybe a little bit of lack of practice from his side, maybe just a setup issue. Or maybe just not favouring the track. It's probably not one of my favourite tracks. So it could be a combination of all of those. Alright, as Alfie starts his hot lap, let's see if he can improve on that 107.6 that he had. You tend to think he lost a lot of downforce with the towing of Razor. Razor getting out of the way here. Really make sure that he doesn't want to give anyone a tow again. So he's almost a tenth up in Sector 1, but you get the feeling that he lost a lot of time in Sector 2, so expect the time to be dramatically faster in Sector 2 than what it was. So currently online for a 107.6 flat, if you can put this together. Alright, let's see as the Sector 2 time comes up where it's going to put him 6 tenths up. So that should take him to a 107 flat if you can get this hooked up nicely. Much better lap there by Alfie. Let's see if this is going to be the first 106s of the evening. Oh, a 107.195. That was so close to a 106. Extremely good lap there by Alfie. Puts him up in provisional pole. Razor is on an out lap. And Wezo is on a out lap again. So we'll keep an eye out on him. Ron currently in 8th, he's in Sector 2. Let's just see if Ron is up or down. It looks to be going very slow, so I'm not sure if he's pushing. No, not at all, not at all. Probably just ramping up for a hot lap, probably just made a mistake somewhere. I don't know, out on track. The sole Alpha Tauri driver this evening. He's currently stuck in 9th. I still need to set a timer. And the same as Smithalizer. Alright, so let's have a look at Wezo. He's starting his flying lap now. This is probably be his last and final lap. So he's 2 tenths up in Sector 2. Yeah, that's not even close to what the front runners are running. So that would put him on a 107.7 if he gets it hooked up nicely. Pretty sure he doesn't have traffic ahead of him. No, he doesn't. So let's see if he can get ahead of Warlock. If he can get ahead of Warlock and maybe even Brad, that might just be good. But Razor going fastest on 107.140 and that tops Alfie's time of 107.195. So provisional pole there for Razor. And Wezo not setting the timing screens alight. So let's see where this puts him. Yeah, that's good enough for 6 at the moment. Probably would have hoped to jump Warlock maybe and Arnu, but not close for that. But provisional pole to your championship leader, Razor, 107.140. Alfie in second. I don't expect Alfie to go out again. I think he's pretty happy with second. Brad is out on track. Let's see if Brad's going to improve. So let's have a look. Sector 1 for Brad. He's 200s up in Sector 1. So very consistent through Sector 1 for Brad. Sector 2 split coming up in a moment, just after this left-hander. We'll get a Sector 2 split from him. And now he's backed out of it. Probably just not feeling comfortable. He's going to have another go. This I don't think he's going to have enough ERS really to improve on that lap time. Alfie hasn't gone out, so that's it for Alfie. I think he is done, so second place he will take. That's a front row start for him. We'll keep an eye out on Brad. Wezo is coming into the pit. So that's it for Wezo. So 3-0 up for Razor as we head into the race. So our qualifiers is nearest championship rival Wezo, and also Wezo starting on the softs and Razor starting on the mediums. So a good beginning and good pressure run here from Razor to put himself up onto pole. So Brad, let's have a look. I don't think that Tyres will have it in it to get to 107.1. Let's have a look at the sector 2 times. Yeah, so he's 2 tenths up, which will take him probably just past Warlock if he's lucky. Don't think he might just jump out there, but could this be a front row start for Brad? No, not at all. Lost a lot of time in that last sector. So that keeps him in fourth, second row start next to Warlock. Arno in fifth. Wezo will start on the third row. Carl in seventh. Ron will start on the fourth row in eighth. And then Malcolm in 10th, Chernobyl and Sniffleizer. Right, there we go. Confirmation that it is your World Championship leader Razor taking it the fight to Wezo. He's in pole. He will start on the mediums. Alfie in second, also on the mediums will start. Warlock will start on the mediums. Then you've got Brad on a second row of the grid. In third row, we've got Arno and Wezo. Importantly, Wezo will start on the soft tyres and really battling for pace around Brazil here. So he's got some work to do in the race. Carl and Ron makes up your eighth row, and then also your fourth row and your fifth row is Chernobyl and Sniffleizer. Sniffleizer not setting the time. So we're going to wait for the drivers to ready up, followed by the formation lap, and we'll check in with you just now. Right, formation lap complete. Just a simple math again. If Razor finishes ahead of Wezo this evening, or if Razor finishes and gets a point and Wezo gets a DNF, we will not take the championship fight to Abu Dhabi. It will be decided this evening. So Razor did everything that he can control. He puts that Red Bull on pole. It actually makes that actually rhymes. So he puts himself up on pole, get himself ready for the race. And more than that, you really can't do. Try to keep turn one clean, even if you lose a position or two. Wezo starting all the way in 6th position, but it is a couple of lights out. We are going to follow these guys and see how everything goes through. Let's get on board with our championship leader, Razor. Let's see how he manages to start as we wait for the lights. Lights out, and there we go. Good start there by Razor. Alfie on the inside. It's Warlock on the outside as they go through, but clean as a whistle as you would like. A little bit of bumping there. The McLaren going off track. That's Brad. But Alfie first, second is Razor, third is Warlock, Brad fourth, Arno fifth. Wezo lost the position. He's in 7th. But can he go on to inside? Yes, he does. So he takes 6 back from Chernobyl. Ahead of him, he's got Arno. He obviously needs to finish ahead of Razor. So he's the only guy that is on the softs in this group of cars. Yeah, it's himself and Chernobyl. So it's going to be vital for Wezo to try to get past these guys as soon as possible on that softer compound, faster tyre. And you can see Razor in the foreground there. He doesn't want Razor to get too far away from him. But we saw that the Renault did struggle with pace in qualifying. So Alfie sitting the fastest on a 1:14.772. Razor just keeping his nose clean in 2nd, Warlock in 3rd, then we've got Brad in 4th. And Wezo losing a bit of time there towards Arno, and he's now under pressure from Shakes. So not a good start here for Wezo. Further down the field, we've got Ron in 9th, we've got Esitronic in 10th, Snifflizer in 11th. And Carl, I'm pretty sure he had wing damage. So he pops into the pits. He comes out of the brand new wing. He is on the mediums. And Saki has lost the car. There's the safety car. Now, what will Wezo do? Is he going to jump on a brand new set of mediums and get all these softs? Because this is clearly not working for him after 2 laps. Hasn't made up any positions really, except for Chernobyl losing the car. None of the front runners seems like they're pitting. Is he going to pull the plug? Is he going to do something? He needs to do something exciting, extraordinary. He stays out. My word, he stays out. So, yeah, so he decides to stick it out with the softs. So it is Brad that's into the pits. What's Brad going to do? Is he going to jump on a set of hards? A brand new set of mediums for him. Shake's brand new set of mediums. Brad, brand new set of mediums. And the cars come out. So it's Alfie leading, Razor by Warlock in 3rd. We've got Arno in 4th. Wezo with those 2-lap old softs in 5th. Remember, that is a qualifying tyre. So he's got Arno and Warlock between him and Razor. Then we've got Ron in 6th. Esitronic in 7th. And then the guys who've pitted already. So safety car brought out there by Mario. Not sure what happened to him. Unlucky race for him. I know he was looking forward to tonight. So yeah, very unfortunate for him. Right, and back to racing conditions again. It's Alfie leading Razor. And Wezo in fifth at the moment. He's chasing after Arne. He decided not to go for the pit stop under the safety car. So he's still on that softs. Right, so DRS won't be available yet. It will only be available on the next lap. This is your first lap of the safety car conditions. And you can just see that Wezo does not have the pace at the moment on the faster compound tire to stick with his front runners. So Alfie opened up gap up between him and Razor, 1.5 seconds. Warlock in third. Arno getting very racy in fourth. He's chasing after Warlock. Only one retirement so far. It was Saki, I think, on a lap 3. So, yeah, unfortunate early retirement for him. He's obviously one of our team principals for next season. So, team principals was basically volunteered for season 4. 9 team principals came forward, and they will manage teams in tier 1 and tier 2. They could pick their drivers. So the team principal picked their drivers in tier 2 and tier 1. And they will manage them through the rest of the season. Obviously, majority of the percentage of the prize money will go to the constructors in season 2, and that will, or season 4, and that will be constructors combined of Division 1, or the Premier Division, and Division 2. So Saki is probably looking forward to next season, managing his drivers in Premier Division and Division 2, as Alfie puts up the fastest lap of 1:10.3. So 1.7 second lead now over Razor. So Wezo, first time getting DRS assistance from Wezo, from Arno, but Wezo just a little bit too far behind Arno at the moment to make any headway through here. Further down the field, we've got Ron on 8th. He's been chased by Shakes. So Shakes has been into the pits. He is on 3 laps younger tyres than what Ron is. Syphilizer is also on a brand new set of mediums. And then we've got Turnable, Low, also on new tyres. Electronic, Sean all the way in 3rd. So Shakes looking very racy here behind Ron. He's going to get DRS assistance here. Don't think this is probably long enough for him to get it. Is he going to have a go on the inside? Oh wow. So look at the speed difference between a Ferrari and the Mercedes there. As Shakes comes through, Ron lets him go. And Shakes, good move there by him. He's up into 8th position, chasing after Kyle. Closest battle now is Wezo. So Wezo, probably the softs coming to him. He's decided to pull the plug slightly on Arno. He really wants to get past Arno because that gap between Arno and Warlock now 2.5 seconds. Warlock is within DRS of Razor. So best thing for Wezo to happen is for Warlock and Razor to get into a sort of a battle, so they would do some time so Razor can catch up. But at the moment, Razor keeping his nose very clean. He's in second. That's all he needs to do. He doesn't need to win. He doesn't even need to finish on the podium. He just needs to finish ahead of his championship rival Wezo this evening to win the World Championship for Season 3. And now another retirement, Sector 2, and that is Shakes. So I'm going to see if we can see. That is another safety car. And I tell you what, big moment here. Wezo jumps into the pits. So luck coming his way. Arno also into the pits. Not sure why they're going so slow. Probably deltas. But Wezo into the pits. Arno into the pits. Wezo is going to go for a brand new set of mediums. So let's see. A brand new set of mediums go on for him. Arno, a nose change there for him. So he goes out. So after the safety car, Warlock, Brad in 4th, Carl and Sniffleizer in 6th position. So Sniffleizer and Brad looking very good at the moment. Hasn't stopped 5-lap-old mediums. Razors stays out. Yeah, 2 safety cars coming. He can probably eke out these mediums a little bit longer and then have a fresh set of hards at the end of the race. So Wezo currently in 7th, but he's got very new tyres, so he can go much longer. I'm not sure if he can do a medium soft. We're going to have to wait and see how long he can push those mediums for. But Alfie, it's probably going to be too late for these guys now to pit. So unfortunately, 2 drivers that we've lost so far. Saki on lap 3, and then we've lost Shakes on lap 9. So both the front 2 staying out, Alfie and Razor, both staying out in mediums. Track position is important here for Razor. Don't get caught up in everything. Brad doing his best to catch the safety car. So it's Carl, Sniffleizer, he's got Wezo for company behind him. So so Turnbull has got a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car, so that's going to hurt him slightly. He is on the hards, so he might just get through on those hards. But he's going to have to sort of drive-through. That will drop him all the way down to the field. It will promote low into a point-scoring position of 10th. Remember, next season, in season 4, we will give points all the way up into 12, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll give the guys some extra reward on the point system for next season. Yeah, all the point system will go down all the way to 12. So 12 will get you 1 championship point. A win will get you 30 points next season. The fastest lap still remains if you are part of the top 10. So that's, I know a lot of people are doing points for pole positions. We decided to stay against that. We want to keep it into race trim. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. So Wezo has got it all to do. He needs to finish ahead of Razor, currently in 7th, Razor in 2nd. Although Wezo has pitted, he's got a brand new set of mediums on. You expect him to pit again. I don't think he'll make it to the end of the stint. Another 25 laps on those mediums. There's no way. He's probably going to have to go and pit. He might just go for the softs while the other ones are on the hards. But you get the sense or the feeling that Razor's just kept it smart here, didn't do anything funny, didn't get pushed into a decision, stayed out, kept track position, and he's sitting pretty at the moment in 2nd. Alfie a bit annoyed with the safety car. He pulled a really nice gap out of Razor there, almost 2 seconds, put fastest laps up, but everything is negated now after the safety car, so it's all square, everyone close to each other, and it's almost like a mini start again. Right, so another lap under the safety car. Lights are not off yet. So another lap under the safety car. So we'll start resuming racing just on a lap 12. right, safety car in this lap. This is the second safety car. First safety car brought out by Saki on lap 3. Second safety car brought out by Shakes on lap 9. This is lap 12. The guys will resume racing starting lap 13. It is Alfie in the lead. It's Razor second, Warlock in third, Brad in fourth, Carl in fifth, and we've got Razor in seventh. So as Alfie pulls the plug nice and early there, everyone seems to be okay. Stabilizer has a look at Carl on the inside, decides against it. Wezo currently in seventh. No penalty so far except for Ron so far. Is Electronic and low. But it is as it was before, so Warlock getting very close to the back of Razor, and he's followed by Brad. So Brad also looking very racy at the moment. And we'll keep an eye out on Wezo. So further down the field, last scoring point position, we've got Sean Electronic, and he's being chased by Lowe. Lowe is currently in 11th in the McLaren, so he's chasing after Sean for the last scoring point scoring position. There we've got Arno in 9th, no penalties for him yet. Ron's got a penalty. Wezo still in 7th, and not getting through, and he is really on pressure tyres, so not sure if he's going to try to look after these tyres. Another pass is left there by Alfie, 110 flat, but Wezo definitely finding it difficult to get past the guys at the moment. You can see Razor disappearing in the background there, and he's got Stabilizer in front of him. Then he's got Carl, Brad and Warlock, so a heap of cars still in front of him. But he could be looking after his tyres. He could make the switch from mediums to softs, try to see if he can get through. He's got really nothing to lose. In a very awkward position in the race at the moment. And Brazil probably not the easiest track to overtake. But yeah, he's getting close. He will get DRS assistance. Not on the first DRS track, but on the next one. Alfie decides to pit, I think. Oh, Alfie at a moment, he lost the car. And he's all the way from first, all the way down into 9th. So lost the car completely. He's ahead of Sean, but by quite margin. So Razor takes the lead, and from a championship point of view, this is just all going Nicholas's way. Currently in the lead, Warlock in second, Brad in third. Wezo again just not getting close enough to Sniffleizer to do the overtake. Sniffleizer currently in fifth. Alfie, is he going to pit? Yeah, he is. Pretty sure there's no damage. Let's have a look and see if there's a new nose waiting for Alfie. But a big moment for him. Unfortunately, we did not catch that on the stream. Yeah, new nose for him. There we go. He's going to put on a brand new set of hards. Yeah, and he's a long way behind at the moment, unfortunately for him. So Turnbull going into the pits, that might be a forced retirement from the team. Let's just have a look and see, or is that a drive-through? It looks like drive-through for Turnbull. He says he's drive-through. Razor in front by 1.5 seconds from Warlock. So that takes all the pressure off Razor. He's currently in the lead. He can just pit whenever he wants to now. He's got Wezo in a 6th position, not being able to get past either Sniffleizer or Kyle. And you get the feeling with 15 laps already gone, half the race almost done, he's going to have to pull the plug. He's going to have to pull the plug sooner than later. Take the chance, take the risk. If it's not there to be taken, so be it. But this is not going to win him the World Championship. Good defending there by Keegan. Sniffleizer is going to get DRS again. Sniffleizer this time out of range of DRS, but this straight is just a bit too short. He's not going to get past. Is he going to have a look on the inside? He does. And that's pressure, unfortunately. So Wezo getting a bit of pressure there. I'm not sure if there's nose damage. Doesn't look like there is. But really not probably enough space. Probably wasn't close enough to Sniffleizer to make that move. But he's found himself now a net 6th position all the way down into 8th. So Razor getting his first penalty, a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. Warlock in second, keeping it nice and clean at the moment. Brad in third. Syphilizer in 5th. So no real close battles at the moment. Everyone basically strung out. Just want to have a look and see what the... So Alfie 36 seconds behind Razor, and he doesn't have to pit again, but he's going to have badly worn tires at the end of the race. Pit stop around here is probably about 24 seconds, 22 seconds. So in essence that's fun, costing close to 18 seconds most probably, but we'll keep on monitoring that gap. Arno getting racy, he's within DRS from Syphilizer. Alfie, like I said, is in 11th, chasing after Sean. So probably pit interval time for the mediums. Let's see what Razor and Warlock does. So let's have a look at our World Championship leader, and as it stands at the moment, he will be our World Champion, driver World Champion for Season 3. So let's see what Nicholas does. Is he going to jump into the pits this time round? The pit window should be open for him to go medium hards. He can actually go for a 2-stop, but there's no pressure really on him whatsoever. He decides to stay out, so he might just eke this out and do a medium soft. So let's have a look. So lap 18 for him, half distance shoot now. If you can do 18 laps on medium, you surely can do 18 laps on hards. Warlock decided to stay out. He's keeping that gap nice and consistent, 1.5 seconds. And let's just look at the times between Alfie and him. So the gap between Alfie is 36 seconds, so not really gaining too much, 36 seconds. Not gaining too much as Arno gets on the inside of Carl Syphilizer, looking very racy at the moment. Very new mediums on him, so he's going to have a look at Carl very soon. And you get the sense that Arno will have much fresher tires at the end of the race, so this could still turn in very nicely into Arno's favor. He's got Carl ahead of him by 1.2 seconds, and then further up the field, 4 seconds up the field, he's got Brad. So if he can get within Brad, this might just be another podium for the AlphaTauri. And what a good showing it has been for the AlphaTauri this season with Nigishin and Arno Khoos. A very good combination. And probably why the Red Bull guys bought them. So good stuff. Can't wait for next season. Arno getting a DRS. So Vincent van Jaarsveld saying, go Razor. Yeah, Razor's having a stellar evening. Alfie giving him the lead with a spin out. He's probably pushing a little bit too hard. But yeah, the math is still there with just under 18 laps to go. It is Razor that will win the World Championship as things stand at the moment. So good job by him. Killer Bean, Ronald saying also how's it and good luck to everyone. And Shakes is saying what a bad race. Yeah, Shakes, it happens to the best of us. But there's always a next race. Right, so Arno looking very racy. All of a sudden he just found pace, and we're going to get on board with him. I know we've been on board with him for a bit, but that's the only close battle on track really at the moment, except for Ron getting very close to Syphilizer. But let's have a look. If we get this pass done, we can switch over to Ron. He's going to go onto the outside. He's going to try to do the undercut, and here gets DRS. Which side is Syphilizer staying? He stays right, can't double move on the straight. Arno goes on the inside. Oh, good racing. He's going to get the undercut definitely here. He will get DRS, get on the throttle, open up that overtake, and make it work. So, and this is close battle. Ron is currently in 5th. He's having, oh, look at Syphilizer here. So Ron looking extremely racy on these softs that he's put on. So Ron's been 10 laps on his softs. He's going to have to pit again, but nevertheless, looks very racy at the moment, currently in 5th. Arno is still stuck behind Kyle. So Warlock and Razor decided to pit, and I've been so focused on his car. So Razor in the lead. So a net win there for Warlock. Warlock 0.6 of a second, so he's chasing for the win here. Everyone else ahead of Razor still needs to pit. Razor's got Wezo in front of him, but that is by 5 seconds, but he is catching him very quickly. Let's have a look here. Arno managed to get past Carl, so he's up into second. And Ron still behind Sniffleizer, followed by Wezo. So both of them pit, Razor and Warlock. They don't have to pit again. And the gap between Razor and Alfie. Yeah, so Alfie probably lost about close to 17 seconds on that spin. Unfortunate for him. Probably less than that with a wing change of 5 seconds. So that really cost him a win tonight. Nevertheless, the fastest lap still belongs to him, so he will get that World Championship point if he finishes in the top 10. Let's see when Brad decides to pull the plug. He's probably getting very close to putting on the cards. He decides to stay out another lap. Arno in second, Carl in third. We've got Sniffleizer. Ron again getting very close to Sniffleizer, getting DRS here, using some of his overtake. And getting very close to Keegan here. If he gets a good drive out of this, he can probably get DRS. No, he doesn't get the best drive around there. Wezo getting a 3-second penalty. That's not how he scores tonight. So good racing here by Sean or by Ron and by Keegan. Sniffleizer, Keegan leading. Ron having a look on the inside. He's probably getting tired of this now. He's been seeing the back of this Alfa Romeo for quite some time. Both of them has got penalties, so this is for a straight battle on track. To see if Brad decides to pit. You suspect Arno to stay out a little bit longer. He's got 6 laps younger tyres than Brad. Brad stays out another lap, so he's going to do now almost 19 laps on those mediums. Wezo is getting a bit closer to Ron. This battle, Ron goes past. I think it is Sniffleizer that went into the pits. Yeah. And this is an overtake from Warlock on Razor. So Warlock takes the lead for a net front. So that will be a first place for him. But you can imagine Razor doesn't really want to fight because he doesn't want to get into a tangle. He doesn't want to spin out, of course, a DNF. All he needs to do is just stick with Warlock. He doesn't need to win. A podium will obviously be nice, but yeah, just stick with him. Wezo still needs to pit. He's in 5th position, so Wezo can't make it to the end. So he's going to have to pit again. And Razor and Warlock catching him very quickly anyway, so he's in a bit of trouble. So Wezo is catching Ron. So Ron's tyre should be going off. So Ron, we expect him into the pits very soon as well to put on a brand new set of mediums. So I think Ron decided to go for the 2-stopper. So let's see what Ron does. And if he decides to pop into the pits, that will release Wezo to get some clear air between him and the next car. So yes, Ron decides to pit. So let's see what Ron is going to put up. So Ron will probably go. He might just go for another set of softs if he's got brand new set available, although it's the mediums that's coming out for the Mercedes team. Mediums go on. Ron will find himself in the same car next season. He's obviously driving for the team principal, Sean Esotronic. Good mate of him, Sean currently team principal in 11th. Sean's going to manage Ron in Division 2. So good friends teaming up to make a formidable team next season. So that promotes Alfie to 7th. Alfie does not have to pit again. Alfie now 13 seconds behind Razor, so catching Razor slightly. Warlock now still, but Razor is not letting him go. So good thing that Razor's just sticking with him. Wezo is still out. Carl, 21 lap old. Brad also still out. These guys must be very careful. And as I said, that Brad pulls the plug, he's going to come into the pits. So what's Brad going to do? Is he going to go for a brand new set of softs? Because if he does, he is. This is going to be interesting, my word. So Brad goes for the softs. I don't think it's a brand new set, probably his best sets around. So Razor goes past, Warlock goes past, Alfie is going to go past, not quite. No, Brad stays ahead of Alfie, but Brad's got softs on versus the hearts of Warlock and Razor, so this can get very racy. So Brad is 4.6 seconds behind Warlock, so we'll keep that gap on our minds. Razor did manage to get past Warlock again, so good battle by these two. So Razor definitely wants to win. He's up into 4th. Wezo, 15 lap old mediums. He's going to have to pit again for softs. He'll probably come out in 10th position. We're waiting for Carl to still pit, 22 lap old mediums for him. And we're also waiting for Arnu to pit. So Arnu and Carl doing a stellar job here. No penalties for these two. So let's see if the FTRF is going to pull the plug. He stays out, so Arnu decided to stay out. He can go much further. And Carl is also staying out. Wezo has come into the pits. So Wezo is going to go onto a brand new set of softs, I would imagine. Razor goes past, Warlock goes past. So Razor takes the lead in the championship indefinite. Warlock goes past, Brad goes past. Wezo, brand new set of softs. Alfie will be in 7th, but Alfie will jump Wezo. There we go. Not sure. I'm pretty sure Alfie will let Wezo go if he gets close enough, because Wezo does still need to try to catch up. The safety car can obviously change anything right now. So if the safety car comes out now, Alfie is on the best tires and Wezo, Brad and Wezo, so if the safety car comes out now, they will be on a brand new set of softs really, with no gap between them and the cars in front. So the safety car will work nicely into the hands. But at the moment, it is Razor in a net first, Warlock in 2nd, Brad in 3rd, Alfie in 4th. We're still waiting for Arnu. Arnu decides to go into the pits. That was a very good pit entry by Arnu. He will team up in my team, in the Red Bull team next season, the Red Bull Racing team. He will be alongside Nick. And obviously the other member of our team is Razor, who's going to win the championship tonight. So good buy there from Red Bull to get Razor on board. Arnu puts on a brand new set of softs. He's going to come out just behind Brad. That is a net fit for him. We're still waiting for Carl to pit. And Carl, 24 laps. So he hasn't got a penalty yet. Razor's got penalties. Warlock's got. Brad has now got both of these oaks inside. So he's caught them so quickly. It is insane. And you would expect the same from Arnu as well. Wezo all the way down into 9th, chasing after Ron, and he's got Syphilizer further up, because that is a lap car. That is the car of Low, I think, being lapped. I'm not sure. Could be. Anyway, let's put our focus away from there. Let's get back onto Brad, because he's giving us an exciting race here. Brad currently in 4th, but fighting in a net 3rd really, fighting for the win. Carl decides to pull the trigger. He's coming to the pits. This will be a brand new set. So Razor goes past, take the lead. Warlock goes past, takes 2nd. Brad in 3rd. And Arnu will go through in 5th. Alfie will also go through. Yes. There we go. So Syphilizer coming out just behind his teammate Carl. Carl just comes out in front of his teammate Syphilizer. He's behind Alfie, but ahead of Wezo critically. So with 8 laps to go, it's almost celebration time for Razor in the Red Bull garage. So 1 second now between Warlock and Brad. So Brad doing a stellar job here. You can feel, and Brad's got no penalties. So let's just have a look at penalties so far. So Razor's got 3, Warlock's got 3, Brad's got nothing, Arnu's got nothing. Brad and Arnu's got nothing. Arnu needs to get on with it, because this can get Arnu onto the podium. Warlock, he's falling a little bit behind Razor now. Brad still keeping that 2nd. He needs to get closer to Warlock. He's definitely on a faster time. He needs to make the most out of it now. So Brad getting DRS assistance. You'll see that gap come down from 0.9 to 0.7 most probably. Almost. 0.7. Important for Brad now is not to get penalties, because this is a net win for him. Even if he doesn't pass them on track, if he doesn't get any penalties, this will be a net win for Brad, so he can just keep this nicely together. And I haven't spoken to Brad in the comms box this season yet, so that's exciting for us. Arno catching now, also 5 seconds, just under 6 seconds away from Razor, so he needs to get within the 3-second bracket, so he needs to catch up to the back end of Brad very quickly. So it's important for Brad. He's got 6 laps left, but you get the feeling that those slots are going to go very quickly, while the hearts will actually come back to the drivers. So if Brad wants this win secured, you know, it's important for him to get past Warlock to go after Razor. I don't think Razor will fight him too much, because he's got the championship to think about. But we are on board with Brad. Let's see, he gets DRS assistance. He's got some ERS. Warlock has got also some ERS, but Brad goes on the outside. And he goes for the overtake. A very good overtake there by Brad. So that puts him up into second. You don't expect Razor to fight him too much, maybe. You don't want to get involved in incidents. Spun out for him now will be detrimental for him, as Wezo is in 7th. So Brad is chasing after Arno. He's not really making the headway that he was hoping for. He's currently 5.5 seconds, and it's been 5.5 seconds for a while now. So he needs to get closer to Warlock if he wants to jump onto the podium with Brad and Razor. But Warlock doing a good thing here. Just stick with Brad, get the DRS assistance, keep Arno away from him. Arno needs about 3 seconds to be within 3 seconds of Warlock to snatch a podium from him. There's only 5 laps remaining. Your championship leader is going to be world champion if he carries on like this. He is currently in front with Brad in second. Brad chasing hard after him. Arden the first time around getting that gap below 5 seconds, but yeah, not using too much of his overtake. Let's just have a look at penalties again. So Alfie on 6 seconds, the Razor and Warlock still sitting on the 3s that they have. So it is all good in paradise at the moment. So the gap between Razor and Brad staying consistent, 1.3 seconds. You get the feeling that Sots might have been taking the best out of them. Arno, 5.2 seconds. He can't seem to close that gap on the guys. Okay, so Ronald saying, how does the penalties look? Well, it doesn't look so bad at the moment. Razor on 3, Warlock on 3. That's really all that we're interested in. Alfie is on 6. Arno is trying to get within the 3 seconds of Warlock to get a podium. And Brad obviously will take the win if things stand like this. If he does get another penalty, if Brad does get a penalty, a 3 second, then it's all on track overtaking that will give him the win here in Brazil. But at this stage, this will be the last race of the season. If I look at things, how they stand, there is only 3 laps remaining. Brad getting very close to Razor. Razor's in 2 minds here. Does he go for the win? Probably not going to get the win because he's got the penalty already. The best thing you can really do is if Brad gets racy, just let him go through. Once again, you don't want to get too racy and use yourself and all of a sudden spin out, or with simulation damage on, you can easily retire from the race with a simple knock. So it's going to be interesting. Next season, team principal would have told him, just hold station, don't get into a fight, and just keep it as it is, because this is the World Championship for him. Warlock will be in 3rd as things stand now. Arno, not really getting. He's now under the 5 seconds, but you get the feeling Arnold's going to have to start using some of that overtake to get to these guys, because he needs to go find 2 seconds on Warlock in the next 3 laps. So maybe he's for saving some of the tires, never sure. Further down the field, you've got Wezo in 7th, Stippelout in 8th, Ron in 9th. Low final point scoring position in 10th, Electronic in 11th. And there we go. So Brad gets his first penalty. So now it's all about overtake. So Brad needs to do the overtake if he wants to get past Razor and take the win from Razor. It's all square. Both have got 3-second penalties. Here we go. Just so you can see penalties. 12 seconds for Turnable, 9 for Electronic, and 9 for Ron. 12 for Ron now. Yeah, so Brad's going to have to do this overtake on track to get the race win. 0.6 of a second now from Razor. He will get DRS assistance on the next one. DRS looks much better than Razor's at the moment. Although Razor, you can see the light was flashing, so he is harvesting slightly for the start-finish state. So Brad's a little bit too far behind. He's going to get DRS, but he's too far behind on Razor to get past him maybe on this lap. Razor, no overtake. And Brad harvesting nicely his overtake, not using it when he's not supposed to. So good job here by Brad. He's probably must be careful not to leave it too late. Alright, so this is your closest battle on track at the moment. As things stand, based on penalties, it will be Razor that's winning. Brad in 2nd, Warlock in 3rd, Arnu will be in 4th, Alfie, good recovery drive after that big spin that he had for 5th. But Brad has got a lap and a quarter trying to get past Razor. Maybe those softs have gone off slightly. He's struggling to stay into the DRS zone. So as they cross the line, we're going to stick with Razor now, because regardless whether he wins or whether he comes 2nd or 3rd, he just needs to keep this car on the track. He is going to win the World Championship. For Season 3 here at FTR, our 3rd season into Formula 1 as a league. I'm very looking forward to Season 4 next season. So Brad has thrown really everything at Razor, but you can understand why Razor's World Champion kept Brad nicely at bay on the softer compound tyre, 2 steps softer than the softs, kept Brad away from himself, didn't rack up penalties when he was under pressure, kept it clean, started off with what he should have been doing is get pole, get a good start, don't get involved into fights, whatever, the race will come to you. He's shown us that during the season. This is a really good win for him. So Brad will finish up in 2nd, Warlock be 3rd. Yeah, but as we crosses the finish line, a brilliant job there by Razor 082, Nicholas Bennett. He is your winner for Season 3, World Champion of Tier 2. A big congratulations to Razor. Brad finished up in 2nd, Warlock in 3rd. Arnu will come across the line. He will be in 4th. Alfie will cross the line. He will take 5th. And then Carl, Wezo, and Sniffalizer. I am just going to try to get these 3 gentlemen into the chat party. So we'll be back right now. Right, so apologies for the break there. You can see that Alfie's finished 5th. So your driver of the day, Syphilizer, a very good drive by Keegan. I think the season sort of like came to him right at the end of the season, so it's very good to see him getting driver of the day. So we're just waiting for our final standings before we get to whoever's in our comments box, so let's just go through this. And as you can see there, World Champion Season 3, Razor 0 to Nicholas Bennett. Well done to him. A well-deserved World Championship to him. And a good win by him. Second for Brad there, Warlock in 3rd. So very good drive by both. So as we just get confirmation from Codemasters, just to make sure that we're all good here. Yeah, there we go. So Razor on top in Brazil, followed by Brad, Warlock, Arnu, Alfie, a good recovery drive after his big spin in 5th. Carl, a very quiet 6th place position for him. 7th for Wezo, must be disappointed with what's happened tonight. Didn't really get the car together in quali, didn't have the pace, and that just translated into the race itself. Syphilizer in 8th, Ron in 9th, and then your final point scoring low. Right, so I've got the 3 podium guys here, so let's start off with Austin, Warlock, another podium in the back, buddy.
Hello guys.
How's
It's
it?
another podium, but if that pit lane exit thing did not occur, then I would have been first. I don't know. I don't understand how the hell that works.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but in the same sentence, I mean, I get the feeling that Razor wasn't really pushing very hard. So, you know, if he could have pushed, he probably would have. With the championship up in the grabs, you don't really want to get involved in messy ding-dongs with everyone in track because it can spin you out. He just needed to win or to finish ahead of Wezo tonight to get the World Championship. So probably taking it a bit easy. But it's a good podium, Austin, and obviously looking forward for next season. You're driving for
Alfa Romeo.
Alfa Romeo next season, and Barry's is your team principal. And you're teaming up with Barry's girlfriend or fiance, whatever, probably girlfriend. And then Barry's and Manu in your team. So that's a very strong team for next season.
We're gonna have a friendly team.
A very friendly team. Very happy to that. Well done on your podium, Warlock, and looking forward to seeing you in the new game in 2 or 3 weeks' time. Brilliant stuff.
Yeah, enjoy.
Thanks, Austin. Right, second for tonight, Brad. He threw everything at Razor. Those softs really came to grips. I tend to think, Brad, that the tires probably were off slightly at the end.
Yeah, they fell off. Hi guys. They fell off a bit the last 3 laps, I would say. I was pushing hard, but unfortunately, the tires gave up on me.
So Brad,
so
2 questions for me. So the first thing was obviously hurt. You know, being behind Warlock for so long obviously hurt your tires. If you could have got past Warlock probably 2 laps earlier, it would have been an easier battle maybe with Razor, because once again, I don't think Razor wanted to get into battles tonight. The second thing is, was it really necessary to push that hard knowing that you don't have penalties and you could have won the race on penalties? Because you literally got the last, you got your penalty on the second last lap, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. With Warlock, I don't know if he used DRS. On the
he was milking his overtake all the time.
Because I couldn't get into his DRS zone, so I was using my ERS all the time to keep that gap with him down the main straight, and that cost me a lot of time actually. So it took quite a while to get past him, but eventually I did. And then with the penalty, I was so upset with myself. It was down the main straight. I mean, the car was literally going straight, and I went over the line, and I was, what the hell am I doing?
I actually saw that. I think I was on board with you on the stream, and that was heartbreaking. I was actually swearing in my mind. I was like, no, Brad, what have you done? Not there. Maybe turn 1 and turn 2, but not there.
Because I wasn't pushing. I was behind Razor, but I wasn't pushing hard. I was comfortable with a 3-second penalty that he had, because I knew I was going to win it. But then I went over the line. And that's unfortunate.
It is. It's
but I had a fun race. I had a bit of a bump with Arno in the beginning on the first or second corner of the race, and then he gave me damage. But it was actually a blessing, because I pitted, and then I made my mediums last a bit longer than the
And
rest
then
of
you could
them.
have gotten the softs. And you're not the only one doing that. I mean, Carl also did the same, and he almost made it work.
Yeah.
It's just, I could see his tires went on very quickly. I think it's probably not a very nicely set of softs. I think it was probably badly worn from quali or somewhere. But he
Yeah.
caught very quickly, and then he just sort of like kept that gap between him and Warlock
Yeah.
very consistent.
Yeah,
Looking,
I also had use softs at the end. So
yeah,
yeah,
that's
it wasn't
awesome.
gonna last too long.
Yeah, but looking forward to next season, Brad. You're obviously teaming up in the Alpha Tauris, I believe, and you're partnering up with I think your team principal is Josh, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah,
and you're
Josh.
teaming up with Bob, and your partner in crime in Division 2 will be Shakes.
Shakes.
So that's a
Yeah.
really good team, mate. I mean, you've got
Yeah, no.
you've got Josh there, which is extremely fast on any given day. Bob getting his act together in Division 1, and then the two past X of you. I mean, that's going to be. You must be looking forward to it. Lots of money to play for next season, by the way.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be exciting. It's a
Yeah,
strong
so
team and
I,
just pick up the
I
points.
definitely think that you guys will do well. It's all about consistency. We'll announce probably the prize money a little bit later during next week, but it's definitely something to smile about. From our side, Brad, first time I
Yeah.
chat to you in a comms box. Thanks for racing with us, and well done on the second, mate.
Thanks, man.
Mr. Razor, world champion, season 3, man oh man, kept it clean, did what you need to do in qualifying, put it on pole, no pressure to anyone else, put the pressure all on Wizzo, got a good start, let Alfie go past, kept it together, and didn't get involved in any issues.
How's it? Yeah, look, that was my plan. I knew I had to stay in front of Wezo no matter what. I see he did battle in the qualies, so I knew that race space I'm going to have to work on. But yeah, quali worked in my favor. When I saw Alfie was a bit quicker than I was in the first corner, I just let him go. I don't want to get in a fight and lose a wing or whatever. But yeah, I kept it clean and yeah, just gave it my best.
I tell you what, that's probably what won you the world championship is just by keeping it clean this season. And obviously, Wezo missing a couple of races due to personal issues, which hurts you in the end because it's a lot of points that you throw away if you don't come for races. But from my side, I think from the whole FTR side, from the management, and you are part of management, but I think from all the drivers, I see some comments coming through on the stream as well. Well done, Nicholas. A great drive for the season. And you're teaming up next season in the Red Bull again. So you're staying in the same car. That must be cool.
Definitely, I love Red Bull, so I've got no problems with that.
Yeah, you're teaming up with me in season 4, and the rest of our team is Nick and Adelaide. So looking forward to having the battle with Brad and Shakes and Josh and Bob. Listen,
Yeah,
Razor,
yeah,
from
no,
my
definitely.
side, brilliant stuff. It was a pleasure to commentate tonight. So well done, mate.
Awesome. Thank you very much, guys. And Brad, well done. And so to Warlock as well.
Brilliant stuff. Thanks,
Yeah,
Razor.
well done, Razor.
Right,
Thank
that's it from me. So for FTR, this is it for us. We'll be back in about 2 to 3 weeks' time. I think it's 3 weeks. Next week was supposed to be Abu Dhabi, but that will be out of the question because Razor has won the World Championship with a race to go. So brilliant stuff by him. So next week we'll have an off week. We'll probably just have a social race along the way. Then it's our week break before we start the new season, 4th of August, season 4. So keep an eye out and put your notifications on so you can see when we're back online. From my side, it's been an absolute pleasure, and we'll see you guys soon. Ciao, ciao.